Hello, people. This is basically going to be an HPV rant. There's a lot to discuss. I probably will forget half of it. But HPV is something I've looked at and looked into for many years. So, when they gave the 2008 Nobel Prize to that German fellow, they gave me answers that I've been looking for quite a while. I had even called Joel Palefsky in California and tried talking to him. But I ended up getting a call back from his assistant, one of his assistants. I do believe at that point in time his name was Jeff, but I can't recall for sure. Anyways, Jeff informed me get going. Anyways, back to that. Jeff informed me that they were very aware of how big of a pandemic HPV was, but they weren't informing the public about it. Instead, they were investing the money in those injections and shots that everybody's seen all the controversy about. You know, immunization and that kind of stuff. So instead of telling people about it and helping them to protect themselves and their family, they invested the money medically for a shot that's full of controversy. So at that time, I started being very public about it and discussing it. I even had friends, or you might be better to call them acquaintances. I probably would. They're no longer on my friends list on Facebook and that kind of thing. But anyways, one person, ranted at me on Facebook about me trying to spread awareness and said, everybody thinks you're covered in warts and all this kind of stuff. But if you think about it, it's easy to kill a wart, but is the virus still going to be there? I don't know. The one thing that I've never been able to find in all my searching is the life of the virus in the wild. Like, what I mean is, if I had the virus on my hand and I touch it, maybe I got it in my groin and I scratched, or I got it on my belly and I scratched, or whatever. Maybe I then touch a doorknob or shake someone's hand. Well, that's not the part we're discussing right now. Let's go back to the doorknob or the door handle. One of those circumstances. Anyways, if I touch something like that and then transfer it to that location, how long will it stay active and thriving in that location for somebody else to pick it up? I haven't been able to find that information anywhere in all my searching for, you're talking at least 10 years probably. Well, that would be 2008 that fellow got the prize for Nobel, and we're in 2017 now, so yeah, there's a good chance it's been 10 years or more that I've been searching for information about it. And in that, one of the things that I came up with wondering about, which, all my ranting and all that stuff, nobody believed me, but then Michael Douglas came forward and started talking about throat cancer. Well, if that fellow that got the Nobel Prize can get all that credit and recognition for claiming that it causes 99% of vaginal cancer in women, would it also not be very likely that it is a big percentage of the colon cancer in men? Maybe women if they have one, but the anal and other kinds of cancer would affect them for sure. And then you've got the prostate. Well, yeah, they have a colon, but they don't have a prostate. That's the thing that I was just mixing up there. So you got the prostate cancer in men, you got colon cancer in men and women, you've got throat, mouth, tongue. There's so many different ones. I don't know them all. So you can figure that aspect out. But if it causes 99% of the cancer in, female vaginal instances, is it not very likely to cause a big percentage of those other instances as well? Now, one of the questions that I've had that I haven't been able to answer, and I'm sure many of you are aware of the structure of the system and how somebody that's not responsible gets blamed for something they had nothing to do with. Well, I quit smoking many years ago, so I don't think I'm mentioning this as a smoker. But I wonder if smoking got blamed for something it had nothing to do with, but rather was a irritant or agitator in those instances, so it then got the blame. Because if HPV was already present in someone's mouth and smoking came along and upset it, when the medical system and all those medical professionals didn't understand it, if they found the association, they would have then blamed the association that they found for the cause. But maybe the association that they found wasn't the cause. It was just upsetting something that was already there. Excuse me. If you do some research on tobacco, you will find it's antiviral, antibacterial. And the reason I know about that for sure is if you look into an old story, they talk about a guy being stuck in the woods, and he had other people with him, but they were deep in the woods, and he hurt himself. Well, one of the people with him cleaned the wound, then packed it with tobacco and wrapped the wound. Then took him out. By the time they got out, probably 2 days later or something, and got him professional help. At that point in time, apparently, one of the people that was accompanying them on this criticized the person that had done the treatment and preventative measures that were possible, with what was at hand at that time. And apparently the medical professional said, no, your friend did a very good job and did the best that they could and prevented any infection or anything getting into the wound with the most effective thing that was at hand. So if it's something that will technically attack a disease, would it not be something that may have been attacking HPV all along? Which is why smokers would have had the disease or the infection revealed, but the smoking got the blame for it. Now I gotta remember the other instances we need to cover. No, you're not help here at all. I think I need to check my notes and do part 2.